curious minds. Welcome back to ProjexCellence ProDigy, your one-stop solution for all your project management and mechanical engineering needs. I am Govind, a PMP certified project manager with a strong background in mechanical engineering. In today's video, we are starting a very important learning journey. Over the next few lessons, we will be covering the 10 project management knowledge areas exactly as defined by PMI. But we will explain in simple language with real life project examples. These 10 knowledge areas are project integration management, project scope management, project schedule management, project cost management, project quality management, project resource management, project communication management, project risk management, project procurement management, and project stakeholder management. And today we are starting with the most important and foundational knowledge area, project integration management. I call it the glue that holds the project together. Why integration management comes first? Before we talk about scope, schedule, or cost, let me ask you one simple question. In a real project, do scope, time, cost, quality, risk, and stakeholder work independently? The answer is no. Every decision you take in one area automatically affects the others. And managing these interdependencies is exactly what project integration management is all about. That's why PMI places integration management at the top, because without integration, nothing else works properly. What is project integration management? Project integration management includes the processes and the activities required to identify, define, combine, unify, coordinate all project management processes and activities across the project life cycle. In simple words, bringing all parts of a project together and making sure everything works in coordination from start to finish. A project has many areas like scope, schedule, cost, quality, resources, risk, communication, and procurement. Integration management acts like the main controller that connects all these parts so the project moves smoothly towards its goal. Imagine you are cooking a big family dinner. For that, you need to buy ingredients, manage time, cook different dishes, coordinate with family members, control budget, and serve everything hot at the right time. If each activity happens separately without coordination, the dinner becomes chaotic. So, someone, maybe your mother or you, manages everything together, deciding what to cook, when to start, who will help, what to buy, and ensuring all dishes are ready together. That overall coordination is exactly what project integration management does in a project. It ensures all teams work together, changes are controlled, conflicts are resolved, and the project stays aligned with its final objectives. Integration is not a phase. Many people think integration is something done only at the start of the project, like making the initial plan. But actually, integration continues throughout the entire project. A project manager must continuously connect all activities, coordinate teams, handle changes, solve conflicts, and keep everything moving towards the final goal. So remember, integration is not one step or one phase. It is continuous coordination throughout the project lifecycle. Let's understand this with a simple real life example. Imagine you are organizing a school annual function. At the beginning, you plan the stage setup, performances, lighting, music, seating arrangements, and food. But does your responsibility end after planning? No. During the event, you continuously coordinate performers, manage timings, solve sound system issues, handle last minute changes, and ensure everything runs smoothly. And even after the event, you supervise closing activities and cleanup. So clearly, coordination is required from start to finish. Similarly, in a project, the project manager continuously connects people, processes, resources, risk, schedules, and changes throughout the project life cycle. That is why we say integration is not a phase, it is continuous project manager mindset. Project manager as an integrator. Project integration management is considered the heart of project management, and the project manager acts as the main integrator of the entire project. In a project, many specialists may handle different areas. The scheduler manages timelines, the cost engineer manages budgets, the quality engineer handles inspections, the procurement team manages purchasing, and the technical team handles engineering work. Each person focuses mainly on their own area. But the project manager is different. He is the only person who sees the complete picture of the project. That is why integration cannot be fully delegated to anyone else. As a project manager, your responsibility is to balance different project needs and priorities. Make the best decisions when conflicts arise. Keep the project aligned with company goals. And ensure all teams and activities work together in coordination, not separately. Integration management key decisions. Project integration management is not only about coordination, it is also about making important decisions throughout the project life cycle. As a project manager, you make decisions every single day to keep the project balanced and moving in the right direction. For example, resource allocation. In every project, resources are limited. Resources can be manpower, budget, machinery, materials, tools, or time. The project manager must decide where resources should be used, which activity should get priority, and how to avoid delays. Second, balancing scope, time, and cost. In projects, all constraints are connected. If scope increases, time and cost may also increase. If the client wants faster completion, additional cost may be required. So the project manager continuously balances these constraints. Third, evaluating alternative solutions. Many project problems have multiple possible solutions. For example, suppose in an engine overhauling project, if a spare part delivery is delayed, the project manager may consider other options like to bring the parts through air freight or do local sourcing or temporary repair or activity rescheduling. The project manager analyzes cost, risk, quality, and schedule impact before selecting the best option. Fourth, tailoring processes to project needs. Not every project requires the same level of control and documentation. A small office renovation project and a nuclear power plant project cannot be managed in the same way. So, the PM adjusts processes according to project size, complexity, risk, and customer requirements. And finally, managing interdependencies between knowledge areas. All project areas are connected. If scope changes, so schedule, cost, procurement, risk, and resources may also get affected. Similarly, if a procurement delay happens, it may impact the schedule, and schedule delay may increase project cost. The project manager continuously manages these interconnections. So remember this clearly. Project integration management is a continuous decision making and coordination responsibility. And these decisions happen daily, not occasionally. Processes of project integration management. Project integration management consists of 7 important processes as defined by PMI in the PMBOK guide. These processes help the project manager coordinate, align, monitor, and control the entire project from initiation till closure. Let's understand each process one by one. Develop project charter. This process formally authorizes the project. It links the project to organizational strategy, appoints the project manager, and gives authority to use organizational resources. In simple meaning, this is the birth certificate of the project. Suppose a company wants to install a 20 megawatt solar power plant. So for this project, the charter will include project purpose, estimated budget, expected completion date, business benefits, and appointment of the project manager. Process 2. Develop project management plan. Once the project is authorized, we move into planning. In this process, the project manager prepares the master project management plan. This plan integrates all subsidiary plans like scope management plan, schedule management plan, cost management plan, quality plan, risk plan, procurement plan, and communication plan. In simple meaning, this is the main roadmap for executing and controlling the project. It explains how the project will be executed, monitored, controlled, and closed. Process 3. Direct and manage project work. This is where the real action happens. In this process, the team performs project activities, deliverables are created, resources are utilized, and the project manager manages teams, solves issues, communicates with stakeholders, and ensures planned work is being performed properly. Fourth, manage project knowledge. This process focuses on using existing knowledge and creating new knowledge during the project. The project manager uses lessons learned from previous projects, shares knowledge within the team, and captures new experiences for future projects. Fifth process is monitor and control project work. Now, while work is happening, we must continuously monitor performance. Here we compare planned versus actual scope, planned versus actual schedule, planned versus actual cost. If deviations occur, the project manager analyzes the cause and decides the next action. Monitoring is not about policing. It is about keeping the project healthy. Sixth process, perform integrated change control. This is the heart of integration management. Any change, whether technical, commercial, or contractual, must go through this process. For example, in our solar power plant project, suppose the inverter supplier cannot deliver the original model and he proposes a different inverter. So in this case, the project manager will evaluate scope impact, schedule impact, cost impact, risk impact, and stakeholder impact. Only after a formal decision, the change is approved or rejected. This process prevents scope creep and chaos. Seventh process is close project or phase. Finally, when all work is completed, we formally close the project. It includes final acceptance by the customer, hand over the project to the operations, documentations of lessons learned, release of resources, and issuing the final project report. A project is not complete until it is formally closed. Before we conclude today's lesson, let's quickly summarize what we learned. We understood that project integration management is the glue that connects all parts of the project together. We learned that all knowledge areas are interconnected. Integration is a continuous responsibility throughout the project lifecycle, and the project manager acts as the main integrator of the project. We also discussed the key decisions a PM makes daily, along with the 7 PMI processes of project integration management, from developing the project charter till closing the project. So remember this important point. A successful project is not managed in isolated parts. It is managed through effective integration. In the next lesson, we will dive into project scope management, understanding what is included, what is excluded, and why uncontrolled scope destroys projects. If this lesson added value to your learning, please like, share, and subscribe to ProjexCellence ProDigy. Till next time, namaste, goodbye, sampai jumpa.